Welcome to day 16 of Vlogmas. Today we'll be reading to Bulbert, but before we do that, we need to catch up on our chocolate. Let's see what chocolate Lindor has brought for us today. Number 15. May it be difficult to find? No, boss rings, it was not. I'll eat it on camera to prove that I am not a ghost. I am a human being who eats things. Delicious. And now to quickly do the 16th, which was right at the bottom, and it's another milk chocolate.
Oh! Not even. A blooper.
Alright, Goldstrings, our next two ingredients are brown sugar. We need a lot of brown sugar for a recipe. Molasses and brown sugar. What could it be, Goldstrings? And ground cloves. This bottle is broken, so hopefully I don't die when I make it. Goldstrings, after yesterday's scary episode, Boobert had some trouble sleeping, so I'm going to read Boobert another story. Today we're reading How the Grinch Stole Christmas. Now this book is a lot longer than I thought it was going to be, so we might have to split this one into two parts. But enough dilly-dallying, let's start reading. Every Who down in Whoville likes Christmas a lot. But the Grinch, who lived just off Whoville, did not. Good man. The Grinch hated Christmas, the whole Christmas season. Now please, don't ask why. No one quite knows the reason. It could be his head wasn't screwed on just right. It could be, perhaps, that his shoes were too tight to even wear shoes. But I think the most likely reason of all may have been that his heart was 2 sizes too small. Now this is just incorrect, because the Grinch hates Christmas. His feelings are valid. Do not discard them, Dr. Seuss. But whatever the reason, his heart or his shoes, he stood there on Christmas Eve, hating the Who's, staring down from his cave with a sour, grinchy frown at the warm, lighted windows down below in their town. You, every Who down in Whoville beneath, was busy now hanging a mistletoe wreath, and they're hanging the stockings, he said with a sneer. Tomorrow is Ghostmas, it's practically here. And he growled with his Grinch fingers nervously drumming. I must find a way to stop Christmas from coming, for tomorrow he knew. But this guy is getting a little scary. All the Who girls and boys would wake bright and early. They'd rush for their toys, and then all the noise. There's one thing he hated, the noise. He has a point. This would be annoying. And the Who's, young and old, would sit down to a feast, and they'd feast, and they'd feast, and they'd feast. They would feast on Who pudding and the rare Who roast beast, which was something the Grinch could not stand in the least. Look at all this merriment! And then they do something he liked least of all. Every Who down in Whoville, the tall and the small, would stand close together with Christmas bells ringing. They'd stand hand in hand, and the Who's would start singing! And they'd sing, and they'd sing, and they'd sing. And more the Grinch thought of this Who Christmas sing, the more the Grinch thought, I must stop this whole thing. Why, for 53 years I put up with it now. I must stop this Christmas from coming, but how? Grinch is middle-aged. At this point, he doesn't want to have to deal with all of this. I get it. And then he got an idea. An awful idea. The Grinch got a wonderful, awful idea. I just know what to do, the Grinch laughed in his throat, and then he made a quick Santa Claus hat and a coat, and he chuckled and clucked. What a great Grinchy trick! With this coat and this hat, I look just like St. Nick. Is that how I destroy Santa, Goldstrings? I dress like him? All I need is a reindeer. The Grinch looked around, but since reindeer are scarce, there were none to be found. Did that stop the old Grinch? No! The Grinch simply said, if I can't find a reindeer, I'll make one instead. So he called his dog Max, and then took some red thread, and he tied a big horn on the top of his head. The Grinch is a genius, Goldstrings. And then he loaded some bags and some old empty sacks on a ramshackle sleigh. He hitched up old Max, and then the Grinch said, giddy up! And the sleigh started down towards the home, where the Who's lay a snooze in their bed. All the windows were dark, quiet, snow filled the air. All the Who's were dreaming sweet dreams without care. Fools! When he came to the first little house on the square, this is stop number 1, the old Grinchy Claus hissed, and climbed on the roof, empty bags in his fist. Then he slid down the chimney a rather tight pinch, but if Santa could do it, and so could the Grinch. He got stuck only once for a moment or two. Then he stuck his head out of the fireplace flue, with a little Who stocking all hung in a row. These stockings, he grinned, are the first to go! Like the way he thinks. Then he slithered and slunk with a smile most unpleasant. Around the whole room he took every present. Pop guns and guns. Bicycles, roller skates, drums, checkerboards, tricycles, popcorns, and plums, and he stuffed them in his bags, and the Grinch very nimbly stuffed all the bags one by one up the chimney. Then he slunk to the icebox. He took the Who's feast. He took the Who pudding. He took the roast beast. He cleaned out that icebox as quick as a flash. Why, that Grinch even took the last can of Who hash. Has anyone tried that as a group? Then he stuffed all the food up the chimney with glee. And now, grinned the Grinch, I will stuff up the tree! Brave. And then the Grinch grabbed the tree. He started to shove when he heard a small sound like a coo of a dove. He turned around fast and he saw a small Who. Little Cindy Lou Who. Who was not more than two. The Grinch had been caught by this tiny Who daughter, who got out of bed for a cup of cold water. She stared at the Grinch and said, Santa Claus, why? Why are you taking our Christmas tree? Why? Look at Cindy Lou and this virgin, Goslings. Isn't she weird? Goslings, what's going to happen next? Come back tomorrow to find out the ending of how the Grinch stole Christmas. It's going to be surprising, and I was horribly disappointed.